Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, November 26, 2021. It is 5:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Mike with Trade the Fifth Wave, and we're going to drink some coffee and talk some stocks. So, before we get started, please understand I'm not a professional financial advisor. Everything in this video will be my opinion and my opinion alone. It is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold a stock. It is simply what I intend to do and where I intend to do it. Um, if you're interested in getting these videos, I record these videos first thing in the morning, obviously, and then I send them out in the email chain, and then I load them on the Discord. And then usually around 1, 2, 3 o'clock, or sometimes even the next day, I make them public so everybody can see what I predicted and figure out what it did. Uh, So I would like to address. So I had a guy in Fiverr, and Fiverr is the middleman company that I use. They protect me and they protect you. What they do is you go to Fiverr and you say, yes, I want to try this guy's service, and they hold on to the money, and then once you're convinced that I do what I say I'm going to do, it goes ahead and you tell them that, and they release the money to me. Uh, it's a great way to protect everybody involved. That's the only reason I use them. They actually are pretty expensive, and they take a big chunk of that money in the middle. And I just recently found out not only do they take 20% of the money for themselves, and then I just found out they charge you guys, the people buying, another fee on top of that. So it might be worth taking out stock in Fiverr because they're making a fortune off doing nothing. But be that as it may, that's why I use them. Now I had a guy uh, complained to me in Fiverr he had ordered the email list, which is nothing more. The email is nothing more than this Coffee or Stocks video, but you get it as soon as it's done, as opposed to later on in the day after all the majority of the trades have played out. Uh, and he was mad because I was not giving him buy and sell signals. That will never happen. First of all, stocks are too dynamic. They change too quickly. Things that are going up all of a sudden fall apart. Things that are way down low all of a sudden take off. I couldn't possibly do that. If you are actually looking for somebody to send you or text you or Telegram or Insta Google Twittergram or whatever you uh, where to buy and where to sell you, full and their money are soon parted. I am interested in trying to help people learn to trade stocks. That's literally what the Discord is about. The Discord is, I put a video up there, and you can ask anybody there. There's a lot of times I'm sure it's boring as hell because it is just me sitting there in silence staring at computer screens. Uh, it is not a. It is not intended for people to uh, just to follow me and try and make the trades that I play. It is for them to learn why I make the trades I trade and how I make them. And uh, there's some people that have went and just blossom into this, and there's some people that's not work for them. And if it's not working for you, that's great. If you don't have the time to put into learning for yourself, I'm sorry, but I am not I am not, these. So the goal is to teach people strategies and help them understand why and how I do what I do. And the uh, the perfect example of this is Wednesday. I was unable to trade. I'm launching a website for my gun store, and with everything that was going on. And this is the first time I've opened a Discord literally right now. And I see that two people that are in day trading every day, uh, they're in there, which one of them said, they're going through withdrawal because I'm not there. Normally it's just put it up on the screen and everybody gets to see what I'm doing. But the one player played LGVN, which we'll talk about, played it twice, made 8% on the first trade, 12 on the next. Another one made 27% on LGVN based on a sell limit or a limit sell set. It pushed through. These people have been with me not all that long, honestly, and they're starting to understand how to play and what to look for and how it's lining up, and that's my goal. My goal is for people to anybody that you get into that their whole marketing strategy or their whole plan is for you to follow them forever, and they're interested in taking your money. That's what they're interested in doing. They're not interested in teaching you anything. They want you to sit and worship them and say, yes, please tell me when to buy and sell. That's not what I do. I have no interest in telling you when to buy or sell anything. First of all, that's financial advising, and I'm not a financial advisor. And if anybody is doing that to you, and they are really chasing the line. I tell people when I get in what I do, I tell them where I set my trail stops, and that's how I make money. Uh, Sometimes, if people follow me, that's of their own accord. But even if you look at these videos, I've had a couple of people tell me these videos were not not what they're looking for. If they are looking for people to tell them, okay, you buy at 11, you sell at 15. Yeah, I'm not that. There's nobody on earth that can do that accurately. And if you want to know why people lose money all the time, it's because they get sucked into that trap. So anyway, with that in mind, if you're interested in looking at these videos earlier and/or the Discord, please just follow the link below to Fiverr. Fiverr is there simply to protect everybody involved. But we are going to move into talking about a few stocks today. It's going to be a short trading day. There is a weird anomaly going on. I found a whole pile of stocks where at the midday they dropped like or at the change between the pre-market session they dropped like a brick. I found a ton of those. I don't know if there's something going on I'm missing or haven't seen. I know there's some stuff that'll be going on in Congress next week with the debt ceiling, and they were kind enough to the Poopy Pants Biden was kind enough to put or leave an idiot in charge of the Fed, so that'll be really great for interest rates. But overall, there hasn't been any monster bad news or nothing that I've seen anyway. It doesn't mean it's not out there. It just means I didn't see it. And I do kind of, I do a lot of reading, but I don't turn on a news station for anything. It's like TV news, so there could have been something that happened that I missed. But it is weird. Uh, you know, anyway, with all that in mind, we're going to get into a few things with some volume today that I think there might be a chance to make some money on. Like I said, it is going to be a shortened traded day today. I'm not sure when they're going to close, and I will not be trading today. I have some other things I need to attend to, and but anyway, let's get into it. So the first one is KZR. Been watching this for a few days. It has pulled back. It's riding this 1307 mark. Just riding it. At this point, I don't know what a good retest line would be on it. There's not a whole lot of resistance above it. I mean, it's running back and forth right there. But it's broke it a few times. I guess that right there is probably your good resistance line. So you need to break and hold above that 365 line, I guess, or break and retest. If you're new here, The play we like to see when we got stocks doing this is break, retest, and then once it passes that area of the swing high of the retest, that's where you, so if it comes up here and once it passes that area right there, that's when we buy in, or when I buy in. You do whatever you want. Uh, so with that in mind, so if we use that 1365 area, and then we hold on to it until the bottom of, it's still 25% if you go from the retest point to right here. That leaves you 25%, and that's a fair enough play, right? Let's see. MARA. This is literally, we're waiting for the one, and we might have it. Here's this big drop, which it's done before. This is not uncommon, but there's a lot of stocks had this mid whatever stock drop thing right here. Not, I don't know if there's some kind of catalyst going on. You can see there we put a resistance line at 44.99. So right at that $45 mark, we're $2 above that right now. Is it done dropping? I'm not sure. What we are really waiting for on this stock, this is more of a long-term play. If you come out here and look at the daily or the weekly, there's that area of resistance we picked up, but we are at this monster wave 4 low. Literally down here at $50 right now, and on the daily there's a $90 and daily and weekly there's a $91 target, 90.66. So this is more of a long-term play. I don't think it's gonna be a long. I mean, these are daily candles. Look how long it took it to make that. And if you go over here to the weekly chart, as you can see, that happened fairly quick, honestly. We hit, so for the actual big run, we'll call that 1 week, 6 weeks up, 2 week pullback. Doesn't mean it's done pulling back. It actually doesn't. And if we look at the daily RSI is still dropping on the MACD. It has not golden crossed, and to me that is going to be the pivotal point for the buy-in on this. So once the daily gets the golden cross on the bottom, and the price moves above the hull, that's that line that changes from green to orange to red, and right now it's at dark green, which means it's slowing down on the down play. Once the price action gets above that hull, that's where I'll be buying into that. So there is MARA and my plan for it in the future. Let's see, AMC, American Movie Corp, American Movie Entertainment, whatever it's called. See, there's that big drop midday, and this is on a pile of stocks today. I didn't look at the market at all on Wednesday, and I don't know if that's just people taking profits and getting out. We did come down there to our next area of support at 36.51. I mean, it's AMC. I don't know what to tell you about this. Overall price target of 81. All these people who think AMC is going to wherever they think the moon is, not likely. Do I think it'll reach that $81 mark? Yeah, I actually do. I'm in it at $60.79. I played this stock up countless times and kept taking smaller positions, smaller positions, smaller positions as I took my stock, or as I took my profit off of it. I'm only in it for like $500. AMC, I'm actually in it for $425. So once it does get back up there, I will happily take my profit off it again. I've doubled up on this stock way more times than I think like 5 times. It was fantastic right up, but it has just been chugging along. There's a lot of people that are convinced December is the buy to covers, so maybe. I guess we will see. Uh, I mean, I don't know that there's anything that stopping that for happening. It is heavily shorted, but there's a lot of float out there. I just don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna run like they're now. If they would have, if everybody would have stuck to their plan and bought up all the float and held it, absolutely. The problem with the apes is, and their diamond hands is a lot of their diamond hands are covered in Cheeto dust, and that that age bracket seems to have the attention span of a fruit fly. So they get sidetracked and then they start playing cryptos and they sell their AMC to buy crypto. It was a great plan at first, it really was, and it worked with GameStop. It worked like charm, but like everything else in the internet world, if it's not dynamic, I mean, they got sidetracked by a TikTok video of a half-naked chick doing a dance to Neon Moon or whatever it is, and they lost interest. So, let's see, ENGA, the same thing. Uh, so it's down here at the bottom. As soon as the market opens today, I'm going to try and get in here and cost average this. I've been meaning to. Uh, it pulled up here, which kind of hacked me off the other day, but now it's sitting down here at 33 cents. I'm going to cost average this down and get down into the 60s. Uh, Actually, might be lower than that. Current price is 31 cents. I'm in it for 86.86 plus 0.31 divided by 2. That'll have my new at 58.5. Uh, so actually, yeah, I'll be under 60 cents. So when it does finally go back up, it gives me a bigger window. Am I afraid of it going up? No, I'm not really. On the daily and the weekly, I mean, we've got price targets up there at that $2.40 mark. So, I mean, I'm in at 86 cents. That's fantastic. If I can get in down here at 50 cents, that's even better. The only fear on this is we are pretty much back down. We're still above where it was trading. We are at its last area of resistance high, and we're trading there now. So if you come over here and you just throw a line at this last area of resistance, I'm not a big fan of wicks uh, as far as using them for support and resistance. So you come back over there several weeks ago and look exactly where we're at. We came down and we tested that area of resistance. So that tells me, and we've tested a few times, bang, bang, bang. It's probably getting ready to jump back up. So uh, it's just now deep enough that the dollar cost averaging will, make it worthwhile. Uh, I actually was that's I should have cost averaged it here, and I missed my opportunity. It started to go back up, and then next time I looked at it, we were here, and it's down as low as it's going to get, I believe. So I need to uh, get in that now while I have the opportunity, and then hopefully it doesn't. I mean, if it just rockets up and it breaks that line, that's great, but if I can get it cost average down and get my total entry into this under 60 cents, uh, the difference on that is when it plays out, because if we go out here to the daily, oops, I didn't mean to hit pause. If we go out here to the daily, if Let's assume it goes up there and it hits that 240 mark just for fun. So 0.241, we'll call it. And I am in it currently at 86 cents. That's 180%, but if I can get in it at 58 cents instead of 180, I make 316% on that buy. Not to mention, I am in this with, knowing me, $1,000. The hell is it? Different account. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I'm in it just over $1,000, so I'll be in it over just over $2,000. So if I cost average it, actually, if I dollar cost average it as opposed to percent averaging it or cost averaging. If I dollar cost average this, I'll be lower yet than if I share cost average it, which means, do I go share for share or dollar for dollar? If I dollar for dollar cost average it, I would probably be in more along the lines of 55 cents, or maybe even more yet. I think that's definitely a good place to do that at. I think I will dollar for dollar cost average this and get it down lower, lower. Because the lower I can get this, when it does finally make that rip, or even a portion of it, you're going to make more money, so why wouldn't you? I mean, the company's solid. We're not going to have the company's not going to drop to nothing. I'm not worried about that. So, yeah, I think I'm definitely going to dollar for dollar cost average this. I put that back on 30-minute chart, and we talk about LGVN. So, it obviously had some trade halts. I'm going to guess that one for sure, and maybe that one. We have made a pile of money off this stock. We started playing it. That actually was not what I wanted to do. We started playing it back here when it started to rip. We played the shit out of that. We played it several times, and I'm happy to see people are remembering it had to punch up through. He said punch up through. It pushed through. I don't know where they got in at it. It wasn't there. I think it's going up to 35 again. Now you're wrong, Gabe, man. It didn't go up to 35. It went the whole way to 44.70. 27% strike he made on it. That's fantastic. Now it's pulled back and it's rising again. Definitely on the watch list for today. The target for this was around $50, which Mercedes mentioned. That's what I said the target was, and that's what it is. It's 51.70. If you got in right this second, it's at 38.83. We'll call that. It's at 38.83 with a target of 51.70. It still leaves 33%. From here to here is 33%. But that's just it. You don't have to. You can play each of these runs up. I mean, as this is climbing, and I actually don't think this is going to. This might be the run. We just had the golden cross in the right place. It's probably going to punch up and hit that, is my guess. Money flow is fantastic and all that. But we played that run. We played that run. Actually, I didn't play that run. They played that run. Somebody played that run. He said he thought it was going to break up through 35, so it sure did. Come back and retested. That's the beauty of this. He was in at 27.50, and that was his entry. I was in at 24. I hit which I can take that off there now because he's made his 20. He better have taken his 2750 out of that. Moving drawing. I was in at 24, and I had a limit sell set for. I don't remember what it was set at. I'm not going to waste time looking now. I'm sure it was about 20-25%. It's usually 20% when I set those sell while I'm away limits. But yeah, still great play, still 33% in there. Actually would have no problem buying it right now, even though we're at the top of that candle. Only thing I might do is look at a little bit lower time frames and see if I was going to do that. Yeah, see where there's a wave 4 low. It's going to have a quick one up there. If you come out to the 5 minute, it's just climbing. Now that might pull back on the 5 minute if you're looking for an entry point. Yeah, well, actually, it's looking for a wave 3 high, so it's going to come up here, find its wave 3 high. That is not a wave 3 high, considering that's the 1. Yeah, so it's going to have to go up higher. So it's going to come up here, get a wave 3 high-ish, then pull back and make its run. Look at it, it's there. When I say that was 5170, we're only that far away. Yeah, this is going to make that punch today. There's almost no doubt in my mind. Can I be wrong? Of course I can be wrong. I've been wrong plenty other times, and I'll be wrong again, but I don't think this is going to be it. It rejected, come down. I think this is going to be the punch. And I don't think there's a whole lot going to stop it. Volume's fantastic. Money flow's great. In fact, well, I'm not going to buy it now. I should buy it now, but I'm not going to. Maybe I will. Hold on, I'm going to buy some of this. Right now, I am in at $39.99. And it's already dropped $39.50. Nah, I ain't worried about it. Easily going to go up there and make that 51%. No doubt in my mind. What's next? RNXT. This is another perfect example of this weird drop that's going on. Wave 4 low, waiting for it to punch. On the 30 minute, the RSI has gotten extremely oversold. I'm waiting for it to make its punch. I am cost average down to 843. I've already cost averaged this stock. I left 1111, come down to 969. I am absolutely not afraid of it. It's got a 1378 target on the daily. It needs to grab its legs and go. It's been down here just riding the 50 variable moving average, but like I said, the RSI is just now getting down here to where it needed to be. It's been falling slowly, falling slowly, falling slowly. Its big rip, it left. Oh man, that was extremely overbought. I mean, it's been down as far as negative 3.5, negative 0.3 on the RSI, so it's just now under the RSI. It hasn't been under and coming up for a while, so it's been building pressure, building pressure, building pressure. The money flow's great now. The money flow got green, and it's starting to build, so we're just getting ready for it to rip. And once it does, that 1584 target on the daily, it's 1378 up to 1505. So I think that 1378 would be my exit. That's when I'd get off this. So let's just put that in there. There, 1373. So yeah, I'm gonna make that line red. That would be as deep as I would hold this. Is it probably gonna go uh, past that and up to that? It might be, but the safer play is gonna be jump in, get off at 1378. Could it go up the high on? I mean, it's 1584 on the 30, which is what we're looking at. And it's 1378 as the bottom on the daily and 1505. So right in there-ish. Those are your two targets. So I don't know that I would wait for it to get up to there. I'm thinking I'm getting out probably around $13. I'll just take that and be happy. Greed kills. Let's see. GTEC. We played this a couple of times. It's pulling back. It has now gotten beautifully down to the 50 variable moving average. The RSI is overbought. Money flow is green. So this thing's, we're waiting on to do something. I mean, there's no structure except on the weekly. The weekly's got a price target out there at $30.68. And we are down here at 763. So it could easily be a nice longer term play for anybody wanting to do that. That in mind, there is, I mean, that was a 1, this was a 2. Theoretically, that's a 3, and that easily could be a 4. The software says that's not a wave 3. That's odd to me. So if that's not a wave 3, it's expecting it to go up higher and be a wave 3 and then a wave 4 pullback. As long as we do not break that 721 mark, I mean, if you break that line right there, this redraws and turns upside down. This is an EV company. They're actually a heavy equipment electric vehicle company. So they're in that electric vehicle thing, but not quite the same. It's holding its 50 variable moving average and a 200 simple moving average. So the fact that the 200 simple just crossed the 50 variable is not really good, to be honest with you. The 50 simple is on the way down. I don't want to see, if 50 simple crosses that 200 simple, that's a bad sign for this. But I don't think it will. I think it's going to grab some feet and go. These are called watch lists. We are watching them. We are not waiting to see what they have, what happens to them. So let's see. AQST. Had a good day Wednesday, which it was on the list. We had that breakout point of 604 written in its life. That was obviously an area of resistance in its past. So if we mark that, and I would come up and mark that, and there's a good area, and it resisted there pretty well. Broke through that. That's same area. So yeah, let's look at those. What we got here? We come up there and bounced off that 634, and now we retested this 618, 620. I mean, you can call that same area, just remove line. That's pretty much the same area of resistance. So with that being a wave too high, I don't know that I like that, but it could easily uh, if it continues that uptrend and breaks, if it continues that uptrend and breaks that 634, uh, I would say this is going to redraw, turn that into an A. This is going to be a 1. Then it'll pull back 3, and it's in an uptrend. So this is one of the ones we're just watching to see what it did. It had a great run. If you would have waited and got in at 604, it ran up to 628. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it was a nice, solid, easy run up. Waiting for it to do whatever it wants to do. It does have a weekly target of 661, so we're getting awful close to being there. Might not even be worth keeping it on the list, but it is nonetheless. Let's see, QLGN. This one is didn't do a whole lot. Kind of fell off. On the 1 minute chart, it's making some ground, giving it back, making some ground, giving it back. It's trading under the 50 variable moving average on the 1 minute chart, which is weird. But I mean, it's still got a nice price target up there at 361, and you're down here at the where the buy the dip people would think to get it. It's retesting the 50 variable moving average. I think that's going to be obviously it's big catalyst. The RSI is overbought and getting ready for the Golden Cross. Kind of feel like this one's getting ready to rip too. I think your stocks today are the ones that play are going to be extremely volatile. I think your plays today are going to be one of two things. You're not your plays, but your stocks. They're either going to do nothing or they're going to rip up or down. I don't think there's going to be any general gains or losses today. I think it's going to be all or nothing in anything that you're playing today, so keep that in mind. Short days, people are going to try and get in and get out quick. I mean, who knows? The whole market is so jacked up right now with interest rates and the looming crash. The VIX is up a lot. So with the SPY, I know I need to look at the SPY, but we're not doing that now. All the markets are in the YM, ES, and NQ are in obviously horrible downturns. They're down 1%, 2%, almost 2%. And then the VIX is up almost 39%. So, yeah, something's going on. I mean, it's getting ready to be ugly, I think. The ASTR. There's another one that took that big drop. Right there at the mid bump. This is AfterSpakeInc.com. We're down there at that $10. That was its pretty heavy area of resistance. It broke through it, but not a lot. I don't know if this is a catalyst from what's ever going on in the world, but for me to get into this now, I wanted to break that 50 variable moving average retest, and then I'll look for that breaking that swing high again for me to get into it. Once that happens, there's plenty of money in there. We're down here at this $10 range and 16.56 or 65, so lots of money there. ISPC, this is on a volume scanner already this morning. As you can see, it has made a pretty big gain. However, it is currently upside down. I'd like to see it make another run and break over that 2151 mark, which would change this into an A and that into a 1. Uh, you want the 135 on top, 24 on the bottom, uh, meaning you want wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, uptrend. Yeah, you absolutely want the 1s, the 3s, and the 5s on top. Because if you get a wave 2 on top like that, you have, go away. You have a wave 1, wave 2, then you have a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So it is on the volume scanner. However, we are looking to see it. Uh, Waiting to see what's going to happen with it. It's an overall 4-year high. I mean, there is no structure like this in its history. There is the monthly scanner. So it's at super high highs for this thing. So I don't know its top level of resistance is going to be that 2160, which was its super high ever. If it breaks that 2160 mark, and I mean that's going to be a huge area of resistance for it. So what I'm looking for, if it comes up, it punches through there and retests, and I mean as soon as that thing retests, this is probably going to go on a serious ride. So that's why it's on the scanner, because it's obviously got good news. It's healthcare stock, which right now uh, trading lower, minute profit taking following recent strength. Yeah, it's trading lower because a bunch of people took money off of it. That's the only reason it's trading over. The money flow in this thing is fantastic. So yeah, I want to see it break that 2160-ish mark. Break it, retest, and then take off. Now, if it, this is one of them things. This is why nobody can tell you what to do. And everybody says, well, you just give me my entry and exit points. Nobody can do that. Anybody that tells you they can do that's full of shit. They might get it right every now and then. But here's your scenarios for this. We come up, we hit that 2158 and it rejects hard. Next scenario, it comes up, it bobbles here a few times, and then it rejects hard. Next scenario, it comes up, breaks through, and a lot of people buy right there on that break. And then it comes down on the retest and falls out, and then it falls through. Uh, Next scenario is it comes up, it breaks through, it comes down, retests, it gets to this point and gets rejected, and then it goes down through. This is what's called known as the double top. Uh, Next scenario, it comes up, it breaks through, comes down, retests, makes a new high, down and retests, makes this low. Our this is called a this one is here is called a head and shoulders, and it sucks because this is the one that traps you in. So what happens is that line right there. If you break through it, come back through it, and get back up to it, you sell it. You absolutely sell that son of a bitch at even money and get out of it. Because if you see that head and shoulders, the next thing saving you is the basement. So this is why nobody can tell you which points to get in and which points to get out. Now, next scenario that works is it comes up, retest, bang, and off we go. That's why that is the place to get in. A lot of people, as soon as they break that line and get above it, that's when they jump in. That's this right here is why you get people that most people fail at day trading because they put that level of resistance in there, and as soon as it's broke, and they don't wait for a retest. Now, can it just punch through that line and go? Damn sure can. And you lose, yeah, you don't lose money. You leave money on the table because you wait too long. But more often than not, that line will get retested. Anyway, that is how I am going to play that. I am going to wait for break, retest, past the point of entry, or the swing high. Right there is where I'm getting in that at. If it gets that high, it might just go up there and fall out. Could fall out where it's at now. That's why these are called watch lists. PTPI. Just waiting on this thing to do something. Same song, different dance. It is now, however, it did break below the 50s, so I would like to see it at least go up, break through one of them 50s and retest. So break up through the 50s, come down and retest. This is probably a safer point of entry at that 297 mark because it did retest that at one point on the way down through. That area right there at 251-ish could be a decent area of resistance. So, pick your poison in there. There's enough money left in this no matter where you pick. You can even pick that 411 retest mark. And you can even take that 411 mark up way up there in 587. Oops. Still 43% from here to here. That's 43% from here to here. If it happens to leave this, we're down here at 176 right now. Let's say you want to play that 251 line, so we'll say it retests and breaks out half that mark, so we'll call that 260, 27, we'll call it 271 on. So if it breaks out at that 270 mark, that's 117% from here to here. That's 117%. So there's plenty of money to be left to be made in this stock. We're just waiting for a good breakout point. The KTTA. A lot of volatility in this. It is upside down right now, however. It's watch list. What do I want to see it do? Hell, I don't know. I want to see it get some structure going the other direction. It's made some big swings, so it's on the watch list for just that reason and that reason alone. Playable today, maybe in a smaller time frame. Have to look at it as it happens. That's why people can't give you entry and exits. The MNOV. This is another one that was on the list. It's down there. It came down. Last time I talked to it, we were coming down here to the 50 variable moving average. It pulled up a little bit, and it broke through the moving averages. Beginning to wonder if this wasn't a pump and dump. It does have that target up there at that 668, but we are down here literally below where it's been trading. For me to get into this, it's going to have to easily break and retest that mark. It's going to have, what in the world's going on here? It's going to have to break and retest that 388 for sure. No. And obviously that 388. Yeah, so for me to get in that, honestly, if you really wanted to be safe, You make it break and retest that 405 mark, because then you know you're in a true uptrend. So yeah, whether it's 388 or 405, I'm going to need to see one of those come up through break, retest, and enter on my favorite play. If it doesn't, and that's the thing, I tell people all the time, if it ain't there, it ain't there. Don't take trades just because you're trying to find a trade to take. Day trading is boring many, 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 many days. You sit there and wait and wait and wait. Nothing matures, nothing happens, nothing lines up, nothing does whatever. That when you start taking trades because you're bored, a fool and their money are soon parted. You need to start looking for something else to do. Get an iPad and kill zombies like I do, but do not take trades because you're bored. If it's not there, it's not there. Don't take it. Mistakes is they start trying to watch too many stocks at one time, and when you get 10 or 15 or 20 stocks, especially if you're watching this shit on one or two monitors, you miss things. You start to miss. You see the setup you want to see, but you miss a bad signal. Something that's telling you, oh, that's probably why, even though it looks like it's setting up, that's probably not a great play. So boredom is what costs a lot of people a lot of money. GAME next. It's another one of them things. Took a big rip. It's at a wave 4 low on the lower time frame, and it's actually at like a 50. It's actually at an all-time low for this thing. I guess it's not that old. Uh, so I'm guessing this was an IPO not long ago. Uh, but yeah, we're down here at the basement, so we're waiting to see if it can go up from the basement. But it's been as high as $13.40, so maybe. Or this is just going to be its new lifespan down here at 290ish. Whatever happens, we're going to see. Watch list. We watch things on watch lists. Let's see, APVO on the volume scanner today, and look what it's doing. It's doing a nice. Is this its run? It might be. If you want to look, that's right there's my obvious. You want to break and retest that if you want to see it. Play it as safe as you can. So let's say you let that break and retest, and we go and get up there to that $16 mark, all the way up to $16. If you ever notice, I play the worst case, not the best. It's still 53%. So if you let it get up and break and retest that and break $16, that still leaves you 53% in there. That's pretty good play on anybody's boards. And I mean, that leaves you money to come down and still take 40% out of there, or 45%, or whatever that was. But that's, to me, this is that 1532 line is obvious where it found resistance, so we need to break that. The PTN, this is one stock I got off of. So I looked at the day trader. The day trader was, oh my God, he's got his top 10 stocks. I looked at all 10 of them. This was the other ones were all in upside down Elliots. They were in their wave 4 highs. They're already getting fall apart. I don't know how anybody follows that dumbass and makes any money. He trades with a fake money account. Every stock he picks, and he has been looking at PLTR for ever. Uh, and this is the only stock he had that was not upside down on the shorter time frames, but there is no structure on the daily or weekly. So, I mean, is this a short-term play that might be worth a shit? It's at 49. It's at 50 cents with 68-cent target. So, Yeah, it's at 50 cents. So we call that 50 cents. And we call that up there 68 cents. I mean, there is 36% from here to here. It's not that there is, it's not that it's in bad, uh, what did I say? That was 36%. It's not that there's bad structure on the lower time frame, on the higher time frames. I mean, it's just there's no structure. Uh, and a lot of times you have that on these sub $1 stocks. They're just there's not enough structure being built on the higher time frames. This thing did trade as high as $1.78 at one point in its life. Yeah. Anyway, plays now because I like to prove him wrong, and I have a few people that keep asking me about. That's how I found him. Somebody kept asking me about his trades. Hey, this guy says this is going to run. What's going to happen? And I started looking at him. I'm like, no, no, it's not. Uh, I don't think it is. Maybe he's right and I'm wrong. Could be. Uh, so this is on the volume scanner. It's reasonably low float at 11 million shares. It had that big pop. This isn't yesterday. It's Wednesday. Now it's pulling back. There's no structure. It's actually a pretty young stock. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4. This is its 5th week of life, and it has found that new high. Definitely worth watching. I mean, we're like right there at that area of resistance that it found. So it tested that, and it tested that. So what do you want it to do? I mean, I don't know. It's definitely worth watching. I would say, I mean, if it breaks that if it breaks that 550 and then it goes straight and breaks that $6 mark, it's probably worth getting in. Uh, if it comes up here, breaks, retests, and goes up, it might be worth getting in. If it just breaks that one, then goes up there and breaks that one and keeps running, it might be worth getting in. If it starts, I mean, if it gets halted a few times, it might be worth, I mean, it's definitely worth getting in. There's just so many, it's a young stock, there's no structure, there's nothing I can give you and say, uh, this is what we want to do. On the 5 minute, it's looking to draw a wave 3 low. So it might come down further. I mean, I actually would like to see it come down there to the 50 variable moving average, that yellow line. That's my favorite line to see shit bounce off of on the 30-minute time frame. Uh, and if we look at the 5-minute chart for fun, as well as the 15-minute chart, actually, let's go out to the 15-minute chart to start. So we are looking for a wave 3 low. So what happens when we get a wave 3 low? We got this wave 1 down, wave 2 pullback, wave 3 low, wave 4, wave 5. Once we find that wave 5, it'll probably be in there around that 50 variable moving average. Same thing on the 5-minute chart. We are in the exact same thing on the 5-minute chart. So could that be a wave 3 low? I actually think it could. I guess it doesn't think it was enough of a pullback. I actually do. Uh, so yeah, that's so close to that 61.8. Theoretically, for that to be a wave 3 low, you have to break that 61.8 mark and get down towards that 100% for wave 3, because wave 3 has to be the longest run. So here we had 736 to that was, we'll say 475. So 736 minus, what did we say that was? 475, 4.75. So that's $2.61. So for this to be wave 3, and that high was $6, we said it was 261, and we're at 6.01 minus 2.6. So you got to break 340 for that to be, yeah, you got to break that 100% mark for that to be a wave 3 because of how long that wave 1 was. So yeah, it's got to get the whole way down there to that 340 line. Now, if it does that, it's going to play wave 4 pullback, wave 5 low. But what that gets us, we come back out here to the 30-minute chart. That gets us all the way down here to this 340 mark. So down here to the 200, and then room for it to run. So, and it'll get resistance as we come down. That's why we like to play these things. We have all kinds of support and resistance. We find the bottom, and then we ride her up. So it gets down here, let's say $3, between 340. It said 340. So let's say it gets down here to the 200 simple moving average, and then it has a price target around 780 or $8. So that leaves that's like 250% in there. That's good play. That AHPI, which we played this once before a long time ago, I'm sure. Just drew out its wave 5 L. It was actually down here when I looked at this thing. Now it's up at 975. It's got a weekly time frame of 53, or weekly target of $53. Do I think it's going to go there right now? Of course I don't. It's at $9. But it just had that big punch, so we need to see what it's going to do. Be honest with you, it very seriously could just keep rocking. Yeah, it could. Huh. Yeah, I mean it's got everything in all these higher time frames telling it kick the tires and light the fires. All kinds of up signals there. All kinds of up signals there. I mean, this thing's looking obviously getting ready to go for a ride, I think. Now, they're healthcare stock. What are the odds? Watch list. Let's watch it, see what happens. NGD on the volume scanner. Look at that big old number 1 up there. Now we're down here to wave 2 low. So what do Elliott's look like after this? Got wave 1 up, wave 2 low, wave 3 up, wave 4 low, wave 5 climbing. So let's wait and see that get some structure. Stock on the list for today is NRGD. Had this big pop pre-market. Yeah, it's upside down there. It is on the volume scanner. It literally is just on the list because I want to watch it. I don't have any clue what the hell it's going to do. It's not, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just, This is Bank of Montreal, Mitro 6, US Big Oil, whatever. Uh, it had this big rip, and that was a nice little rip. But I don't know what things gonna. I don't know what it's gonna do. So watch list. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe. Got anything you want to see me look at? Put it down in the comments section. I will get to them tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to have a quick hit for today, to be honest with you. There was nothing that was just really tearing. AHPI might be getting some volume. I'll look at some other ones that are might be ripping for right now, but be careful with the volatility today. Like, look for Elliott waves and wait for support and resistance, just like always. I appreciate you guys watching. And as always, I hope to make $1 million today. Good luck.